8 shootings in Metro Nashville within a week. A Fort Campbell soldier dies, and Hurricane Helene updates in North Carolina.
We will have all that and more on this episode of APSU-TV News. Welcome back to your APSU-TV News. I'm Brooklyn Lisenby.
And I'm Baylor Betts. Police are busy in Metro Nashville after at least 8 shootings within a week's time. Gunfires happened October 11th through the 14th. 5 people have died and 13 others have been injured. The majority of the gun violence began October 12th when Metro Police say a shootout happened near Tennessee State University at Jefferson Street and 27th Avenue North. Investigators say the violence appears to be gang-related. Officers have arrested 2 people in that case. But if Metro Nashville Police are still looking for the gunman involved in other shootings. If you have any information, police want to hear from you. A Fort Campbell soldier died after a collision with a semi-truck in Clarksville on Monday. The crash happened right after noon at the intersection of Wilma Rudolph Boulevard and Holiday Drive. Clarksville police say 22-year-old Makilo Parker was pronounced deceased at the scene. If you saw anything at the crash site that might be helpful, give the police a call.
Nearly 100 people remain missing in North Carolina weeks after Hurricane Helene devastated the western part of the state. Governor Roy Cooper announced Tuesday that 92 individuals are still unaccounted for, though that number may change as rescue operations continue. The storm claimed 95 lives in North Carolina with more than 200 deaths reported in total, including Florida, where Helene moved ashore. Governor Cooper also addressed the spread of misinformation surrounding the disaster, urging the public to stop spreading false claims, which he said are impacting relief efforts. Federal workers from FEMA have faced threats fueled by conspiracy theories, forcing some to temporarily withdraw from areas like Rutherford County. The misinformation had led to arrests, including a man who was found with weapons who allegedly made threats against relief workers. Governor Cooper emphasized that these actions harm those in need and slow the recovery process. Hurricane Helene left a path of destruction across the Carolinas and East Tennessee, washing away homes, bridges, and cutting off access to many towns and cities. The Montgomery County Highway Department has sent a team to East Tennessee to assist with post-hurricane recovery efforts. The crew delivered critical supplies and began rebuilding roads damaged by severe flooding. Partnering with Rowan County highway teams, they're working long 12-hour days to restore vital infrastructure. Despite challenging living conditions, staying in the gym with limited hot water, morale remains high and a significant progress is being made daily. Officials are asking for continued prayers, especially for those in Florida still recovering from Hurricane Helene as they brace for another potential storm. Tennessee crews are showing resilience and teamwork in action.
A woman accused in a year-long shoplifting spree across Middle Tennessee is now facing a long list of charges. Janitha Bell was arrested earlier this week. Police say she was caught on store surveillance cameras stealing thousands of dollars worth of merchandise from stores like Lululemon, Nike, and Sephora. Court documents dating back to January say Bell entered stores at Opry Mills Mall, Tanger Outlets Nashville, and the mall at Green Hills, adding up to a total of over $8,500. Bell was captured on camera entering stores like Ralph Lauren, selecting merchandise and hiding it away in bags before exiting the stores without paying. Bell was reported to have stolen $2,600 at Lululemon from the Mall of Green Hills in July. Bell is currently being held at the Metro Jail in Nashville.
The owner of Scoop Nashville, Clarksville Today, and several well-known public record platforms has died. Clarksville Now says Jason Wayne Steen died from heart failure about 5 years after undergoing a heart transplant. He was 44 years old. Steen's death came as he was facing a court order to pay $364,000 in damages to a Kentucky man over a legal dispute involving a mugshot. David Tyndall of Paducah, Kentucky, filed the suit. The suit alleges Tyndall's mugshot was posted in 2021 after he was accused of aggravated statutory rape case. Court documents show the charges against Tyndall were later dropped and expunged. The suit claims Steen allegedly refused to remove the photo unless Tyndall paid him. This pay-to-remove practice is illegal in the state of Kentucky. Steen's attorney has specified his plan to contest the lawsuit, but with his passing, legal authorities expect the case to shift towards filing claims against his estate. More developments on this story as they unfold.
Millions of people have turned to Netflix over the past several months. According to CNN, Netflix announced Thursday that it has added 5 million new subscriptions in the third quarter. The streaming giant also says it has over 282 subscribers globally. Netflix also reported $9.8 billion in revenue last quarter, which is up 15% from the same period last year. This will be one of the last times Netflix releases its subscriber numbers. The company has previously announced that it will stop releasing the figures next year. Next, we'll have the Political Corner with Jasmine Logan right after the break.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey everyone, I'm Jasmine Logan, and welcome back to the Political Corner. The war in the Middle East continues. Israel has launched airstrike attacks across Lebanon, killing at least 27 people. A Lebanese mayor got caught in the crossfire at a meeting to organize relief efforts, which was targeted by Israeli forces. Israel said their target was a commander in Hezbollah who oversees the Qana area. At least 136 civilians have been killed in Qana during conflict with Israel since 1996. Lebanon's prime minister has accused Israel of knowingly attacking the relief efforts meeting. Lebanon was attacked with 138 airstrikes, while Israel was attacked with more than 90 projectiles. In Washington, State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller requested that Israel only attack Hezbollah while protecting civilian lives and infrastructure. The Lebanese Health Ministry reported 2,377 deaths since last October. Hezbollah said it will continue with attacks until there is a ceasefire. With 18 days to go until the election, Vice President Kamala Harris campaigned in Pennsylvania Wednesday, along with more than 100 Republican leaders who are supporting her. Donald Trump, meanwhile, touting himself as the father of IVF during a town hall. CNN's Freeman has the latest on the presidential race.
Tonight, Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris on the trail in battleground Pennsylvania, rallying moderate Republicans, making the case that former President Donald Trump is a threat to democracy.
He who violated the oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and make no mistake, he who, if given the chance, will violate it again.
All while railing against Trump, who during a Fox News town hall declared he is the father of IVF.
I'm the father of IVF. We really are the party for IVF. We want fertilization, and it's all the way, and the Democrats tried to attack us on it.
I found it to be quite bizarre. Actually, he called himself the father of IVF. And if what he meant is taking responsibility, well, then yeah, he should take responsibility for the fact that 1 in 3 women in America lives in a Trump abortion ban state.
During the town hall meant to win over women voters, Trump also standing by his controversial comments about his opponents.
We have China, we have Russia, we have all these countries. If you have a smart president, they can all be handled. The more difficult are, the Pelosi's, these people, they're so sick and they're so evil.
He considers any American who doesn't support him or bend to his will to be an enemy to our country.
With just 20 days until Election Day, the latest CNN poll of polls average of national surveys shows no clear leader in the race for the White House. During a Univision town hall airing Wednesday night, Trump refused to back away from his false claims about Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio. When asked if he believed that people are eating other people's pets, he responded,
I was just saying what was reported, that's been reported, and eating other things too that they're not supposed to be.
A Georgia judge has voided the new election rules passed by the state election board, calling them, quote, unconstitutional. After attending the hearing that challenged the new rules, Fulton County Court Judge Thomas Cox issued the order. Cox stated that the regulations in question opposed Georgia's election code. He also ruled that the state election board was not authorized to pass them. Cox instructed the board to notify all local and state election officials that the rules were to be ignored. Georgia Democrats and some legal experts have voiced concerns about the rules being used to prevent certification if former President Trump loses the election. When Trump lost Georgia to Biden in 2020, he claimed voter fraud. Judge Cox has blocked other election-related rules that would require absentee ballots to be delivered in person and for votes cast early to be updated publicly every day. Former President Jimmy Carter has cast his ballot early for this election cycle. Carter celebrated his 100th birthday on October 1st. His son, Chip Carter, reported that his father had the election on his mind before the celebration. When Chip asked his father if he was motivated to live to be 100 years old, the former president stated he was just trying to live long enough to vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. When the polls opened for early voting in Georgia, Carter sent his vote through the mail to ensure that it was counted, even if he was no longer alive by Election Day to see the results. Well, that's all I have for you guys today here in the Political Corner. Stay tuned for the weather after this short break.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Thanks for sticking with us for the weather. I'm Michael Dangerfield. Looking at our current national temperatures, we have a pretty chilly day as we creep up into late October. The highest is in the west side, sitting at a low 60. As we look in the Midwest, it's a pretty chilly day as they don't even hit a 60 degrees. Our region is sitting at a high 60. It will creep up into a low 70, and up north is sitting at a mid 60s. The current day today, if you felt the wind today in the morning, you definitely won't have to feel that today. I just said the sun will warm us up to make us a low 70 degrees. We won't have any wind chills, so we don't have to worry about that. Looking into tonight's temperature, we do have a pretty chilly night. It's a low 55 with a little bit of wind speeds. I definitely will be grabbing a jacket just in case, but we won't have any chance of precipitation. And looking at our 5-day forecast, we start off a little bit chilly, but going through the weekend and starting of next week, we will get a little bit warmer. That's all I have for today's local and national weather. We'll be right back, handing it off to the Sports Zone after this break.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Hi, I'm Hugh Wheeler. Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Here's your latest in Clarksville sports. Austin Peay is gearing up for the second half of their schedule, coming out of the bye week with 0-7 Utah Tech. The Trailblazers allow 311 rushing yards per game coming into Saturday. APSU ran for 810 yards over their last 3 games. Head coach Jeff Ferris tells Let'sGoP.com's Colby Wilson, quote, "It's a credit to the job these guys do preparing and how they work," end quote. The Governors take on Utah Tech tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon in St. George, Utah. Basketball season starts less than 3 weeks from today, and preseason predictions have the Governors picked to finish high in Atlantic Sun standings. Suns coaches picked Austin Peay to place second in conference play in the preseason coaches poll behind Lipscomb. Graduate students Cy Witt and senior Isaac Haney were nominated to the preseason All-ASUN team after leading the Governors to a conference runner-up finish last year. Lady Govs basketball ties for 5th in coaches polling with Jacksonville. F&M Bank Arena showcases both teams in next Thursday's Govs Madness at 6 in the evening. Governors volleyball drops 2 more home conference games after losing 0-3 on Friday to Central Arkansas and 2-3 to North Alabama Saturday. APSU travels to Duval County, Florida this weekend to take on Jacksonville today and North Florida tomorrow. Govs Hockey Club leaves Mississippi with 0 points and losing 3-5 Friday and 4-10 Saturday in Oxford. APSU battles against last place Alabama Birmingham this weekend at the Ford Ice Center. The Governors face off at 8:20 this evening. Clarksville's Red River Spartans took the week off, holding the lead in the Great Lakes Division standings. Red River positions to climb higher with 3 home games this weekend against the Toledo Cherokee, starting today at the Ford Ice Center at 4 this afternoon. Now to some history being made on the green. Sophomore golfer Seth Smith had the second best round in the history of APSU golf to win the Buddy in Murray, Kentucky on Tuesday. Smith shot 8 under par with a score of 63 to lead Austin Peay to a second-place team finish. Men's golf travels to Cincinnati next week for more potential record attempts at the Xavier Invitational. Lady Govs golf finishes in 12th place at the Lady Red Wolves Classic in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The women's team flies to Hawaii to participate in the Rainbow Wahine Invitational in Kapolei in Oahu. Austin Peay cross country races in their final regular season meet today at the Golden Eagle Invitational in Cookeville. The Governors begin postseason racing with the ASUN tournament in DeBary, Florida on November 2nd. That's all for sports. I'm Hugh Wheeler. We'll be back with more after this.
What a disaster.
You're a disaster.
This is a disaster.
You can't be ready for every little disaster, but you can prepare for a big one.
Make an emergency plan today.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Welcome back. I'm Brooklyn Lisenby. St. Olaf College in Northfield, Minnesota has set a remarkable standard for civic engagement, boasting an 87.6% voter turnout during the 2020 presidential election. This figure makes the small liberal arts college the most civically engaged campus in the nation, winning the All-in-Campus College Democracy. The secret? St. Olaf's Election Ambassador Program, a nonpartisan initiative with over 120 student ambassadors embedded throughout the campus. They help fellow students register, answer election questions, and promote the importance of voting at an entry level from national to local issues. With Minnesota's voter-friendly laws and St. Olaf's community-focused efforts, the college aims to surpass its record in future elections. Political science professor Christopher Chapp believes these programs help cultivate lifelong voting habits among the students, preparing a generation of engaged citizens.
Get ready to cast your ballots because early voting is now underway. Early voting for the November general election runs through Thursday, October 31st. You must be at least 18 years old and a U.S. citizen to register to vote. You must also be a resident of the county where you are assigned up to vote. If you have a felony conviction, your eligibility to register and vote depends upon the crime you were convicted of and the date of your conviction. You can register to vote on paper at the Montgomery County Election Commission on Pageant Lane or register online at tn.gov. Speaking of voting, on November 5th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., we will have the live election coverage. You can watch the stream on
A pair of giant pandas are now calling Washington, D.C. home. The National Zoo welcomed 3-year-old pandas Bao Li and Qing Bao on Tuesday. They're set to make their first public debut in January of next year. The male panda Bao Li has some local roots, being the son of Bao Bao, who was born at the National Zoo in 2013. FedEx flew the pair from China on a special Panda Express flight, landing at the Dulles International Airport just before 10 on Tuesday. Next, they were carefully transported in a special FedEx truck to the National Zoo. The pandas will spend the most in quarantine before settling into their new habitat. This arrival is part of the 10-year breeding and research agreement between the U.S. and China, ensuring giant pandas will be the star attraction in D.C. once again.
Nashville native Jelly Roll is set to open up his first bar on Broadway in Music City. Jelly Roll announced his excitement on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Jelly Roll called the news, quote, a really big deal. He explained that he is the first Nashville native to have a bar on the popular tourist strip. It will be called Jelly Roll's Goodnight Nashville, which will feature a bar in the back named Buddy after his late father. He said he will have a chair set for him in honor of his father. Look out for the announcement of this opening day in legendary Music City. A military dog finds his forever home and reunites with his old partner. Patrick Cornell shares the story, and take a look at this.
Check out this heartwarming homecoming hug years in the making. Retired military dog Dasty joyfully reunited with former handler U.S. Army Sergeant Mike Fletcher. The pair partnered up while in service from 2018 until 2022, including a deployment to Afghanistan where they were tasked with explosives detection and patrol. Dasty not only did his job, he also became an unofficial mascot on base. When Mike left the Army in 2022 and moved to Wisconsin, he was separated from Dasty until this year when the 10-year-old Dutch Shepherd retired due to old age. That's when American Humane stepped in, helping reconnect the old pals, bringing them back together. Mike and his family have now adopted Dasty and plan to give him a comfortable retirement. Mike says having his best friend by his side will help his ongoing transition to civilian life. From a dog happy to be home to a clearly agitated, endangered big cat captured near Chicago.
The moment I saw it, I thought to myself, I have no idea what that is,
It's not normal.
This caracal had been roaming a neighborhood for days when a homeowner spotted the animal and called authorities. When police arrived, a 2-hour chase ensued before the feline fled under a deck. Officers pried a board loose and tranquilized the cat so they could get it into a cage. Don't worry, the animal was not harmed and is now at an animal sanctuary. According to the San Diego Zoo, these cats are native to Africa and the Middle East, so how the heck did it end up here?
It's a very young cat. I would say probably 8 months to a year old is all. So it has to be someone's pet that they had and let go. They're not pets.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
So you know Austin Peay's homecoming is this Saturday, next Saturday?
Yes, I'm super excited for our Austin Peay homecoming. We'll have our live Queen and Queen crowning at our game next Saturday, so make sure all students are voting on P-Link at APSU One Stop. Are you excited?
Yes, we definitely have a lot of events coming up. We have Got Talent next week. We also have
the parade next week as well.
Yeah, we definitely have the parade.
It'll be super fun.
So it's something for everybody, which I think is very
It'll get students really involved in our
important.
school. Tomorrow is a big day for college football as well. Tennessee faces Alabama at Knoxville, so I'm really excited about that. I will be there to celebrate.
We also have Go's hockey game this Friday, and we have a game tomorrow, which I think is very exciting.
All things sports. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook at APSU-TV Clarksville and Instagram at APSU_TV. Thank you for watching your APSU-TV news update. We'll be back next time. And as always, let's go Peay.